France is in disarray. The Third Estate feels oppressed and dissatisfied. The Second Estate resents the absolute power of the monarchy, and the country is experiencing a financial crisis. King Louis XVI needs to raise money, so he's convened the Estates General.
I've assembled the nation's three estates here today because our country's in debt, and I believe the First and Second Estate should be taxed. I refuse to pay. We're above this. I agree. We're above such things. We're men of God.
Each estate has one vote, and the First and Second Estates conspire to defeat any attempt to be subject to taxation. Members of the Third Estate have other plans.
This voting arrangement is not fair. We demand that each delegate have a vote. We're as large as the other two estates combined. We demand fair representation. No, I cannot agree to this. The estates meet separately.
The Third Estate cannot agree to the King's demands, so they are locked out of the Assembly. The Third Estate meets and calls themselves a National Assembly, and they embark on writing a constitution.
We must take an oath not to disband until we've written a constitution for our nation.
The King fears this.
I hear the Third Estate is writing a constitution. I order the First and Second Estates to join them. And someone bring more troops to Paris. The King's bringing troops. He wants to absolve the National Assembly. We have to take action.
The Third Estate directs their attention to a symbol of oppression, the Bastille. The Bastille is stormed and the prisoners are free, but there are deaths, and this bold move leads to a formation of a revolutionary government in Paris.
I agree to no longer keep my privileges as a lord. This chaos can't continue. We must write a declaration of rights for all men.
The Third Estate writes the declaration and presents it to the King.
No, I can't agree to this.
The King's refusal arouses anger and fear. Thousands of women march on Versailles and demand the King and his family return to Paris. The women escort his carriage to Paris. With the King in Paris, the National Assembly return their attention to reform. The King and his family try to escape, but are discovered, and the King reluctantly agrees to a limited monarchy.
We will pay the national debt by selling church property, and we will write a constitution establishing a limited monarchy. We will extend the vote to all tax-paying males.
There was fear of the other monarchies. The National Assembly declared war against Austria and Prussia. Against all odds, a poorly equipped French army beats the monarchist forces at Valmy and secures the revolution. With the victory, the King and his family are imprisoned. The National Assembly meets once again.
We must create a new constitution, but extend the vote to all males.
The National Assembly writes France's first democratic constitution, establishing a national legislature and granting universal suffrage to all men. They now turn to decide the King's fate by trial.
You have conspired against the liberty of the nation, and therefore we sentence you to death. I forgive my enemies, and I trust that my death will be for the happiness of my people. But I grieve for France, and I fear she may suffer the anger of the Lord.